So I've access to this wonderful Indian Sport Chief, but the weather is not looking too great. I have a day to kill in Victoria and I'm trying to figure out where to take this bike to run it through its paces. Now, my wife suggests, why don't you go to the Great Ocean Road? And while you're there, you can stop into the Great Ocean Road chocolate factory and pick me up some chocolate while you're there. Now, I wasn't really keen on going, but when your wife supports your YouTube channel and your ridiculous bike collection and asks for chocolate, you go and get that chocolate. Hey everyone, welcome to Roads of Oz. My name is Matt and today we're looking at the Indian Sport Chief RT. I was lucky enough to test the Sport Chief when it first came out, but due to a GoPro glitch, just ended up looking like a sketch out of a Benny Hill show. What I can tell you, I really like the Sport Chief and was very disappointed that I wasn't able to share video with you. Anyway, I couldn't tell you how happy I was when Indian Motorcycles Australia handed me the key fob to their new Sport Chief RT. The RT colour options, black smoke and heavy metal. So there's no escaping that this is Indian's air-cooled muscle cruiser. It has the air-cooled Thunderstroke 116, which pumps out 162 Newton meters at 3,300 RPMs, coupled to a 6-speed transmission that propels the bike weighing 322 kilos, fully fueled, but that isn't what puts the sport in the Sport Chief. The KYB inverted telescopic forks up front and the dual Fox shock units at the rear, coupled up to ABS-assisted dual caliper Brembo 4-piston brakes with 320mm semi-floating rotors up front and a 298mm single with twin-piston rear, ensures that this bike handles and stops like a muscle cruiser should. Everything about this bike screams fast and fun. Tech-wise, the RT has a 12-volt port and USB outlets, keyless ignition. The 4-inch display offers a lot of flexibility with multiple display options, including maps. For some out there, you'll be happy to know that there is not only a fuel gauge, but a distance to empty meter. You can pair your phone up to it, something that I didn't do on this bike, but I've done on previous models with similar tech, and connection was pretty straightforward. Now the RT has a small fairing up front. This gives you good protection from the wind in the chest region, but at my 6'4" or 192 centimeter height, my helmet still caught a bit of the wind. Indian also offer a larger screen to fix that issue. The two lockable hard saddlebags provide about 37 litres of usable storage space. Now Indian has nailed the muscle cruiser brief. I think this is a great looking bike. I've been a fan of the Sport Chief since it first came out, and the RT has just added the extra convenience of two lockable hard panniers. I like the seat design and the riding position for my long leg with the 4 controls are always a welcome addition. The touchscreen TFT, although not the largest in class, is well featured and you can have as much or as little information with the screen options available. The maps are useful and I like that even with a 4-inch screen, Indian have still opted for a touch QWERTY keyboard, which comes up when you're typing in an address. Something some manufacturers could learn from, isn't that right, BMW? Cruise control was easy to set. It is good to see LEDs all around. The engine looks good in black with the chrome accents. Where I wasn't a fan of the chrome look on the top of the engine on the Roadmaster, the black looks much better. One of my favourite things to do is hit a winding road on a motorcycle, and this bike is well suited to carving up some twisty roads. The KYB and Fox shock were set up to give a firm ride. I like how Indian have fitted quality componentry to the bike. So the performance upgrade would be a little more than an aftermarket exhaust and an ECU remap. Look, the two hard cases, when you look at the bike, they look like an afterthought. They're handy for small items like gloves and camera gear, but are too small to fit my backpack and were no chance of fitting a helmet. I can see why they're this size. It's to give you the access to the rear adjustments on the shocks. They're also secured with 4 Allen bolts on each side. For most of us though, once we set the shocks, very rarely do we make adjustments. So for me, I would have preferred larger panniers with some sort of quick release system to give easy access and to be able to adjust the rear shocks. But at the end of the day, this is a muscle cruiser, designed to be punted around the corners. Indian has plenty of other bagger options if luggage capacity is a deal breaker for you. Now the TFT is a bit slow on startup. I could still start the bike while it was going through its startup routine. It's really only a minor inconvenience if you wanted to adjust your display or put in a destination on the maps before you took off. These are excellent performance cruisers. I had a lot of fun chucking it through the bends. The three ride modes, Sport, Standard and Tour, are all distinctively different. I spent most of my time in Standard mode. This mode is great for the city and just cruising around. Put it in Sport mode though and get ready for plenty of power. The throttle response becomes, as you could guess, more responsive and acceleration is quite rapid. Riders coming off sports bike will love this mode as it deals out the power in large waves. Riding in traffic, the big Sport Chief performs very well. Lane filtering is no problem as the bike does not feel heavy or bulky. And that is especially important at low speeds. The Sport Chief has rear cylinder deactivation mode, which helps reduce the amount of heat coming off the engine when you're stuck idling or heading low speeds in traffic. It would be a fun commuter, but I think storage would be its weakness. Yeah, you can add a couple of bags of shopping in the hard panniers, but fitting a backpack or a laptop isn't going to happen. But your commute would never be boring on one of these. One of the major concerns for me was the dealer support for Indian. Now here in the Sydney area, there was only 1 to 2 dealerships servicing the whole of the Sydney area. But in the last 12 months, Indian has picked up 2 more dealerships, Zen Motorcycles and T-Motor Blacktown. To expand your dealership network is one thing, but Indian have also picked up 2 very good workshops with the previous shops mentioned. I've been dealing with the staff at the workshop with T-Motor at Blacktown for over 15 years now. Back then they were Triumph dealers. In those 15 years, I've never had a bad experience with them. So if you're looking for a cruiser that has some serious performance credentials, this bike should be high on your list. It would be even great for going on a weekend ride or your coffee run, or just heading for an overnight somewhere. I can see this bike appealing to those coming off sports bikes and looking to get a cruiser, but it may entice some riders from its direct competition. For example, those coming off Harley Davidson Dyners. Now after riding the 95 Harley Dyna convertible, the RT feels like a modern version of it. So let us know in the comments, have you ridden the Indian Sport Chief? What did you think? I'm guessing you were impressed with it as much as I was. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this vid, and check out some other review videos right here.